Hello everyone. This is a housing project, residential housing project update in the corner of Sweetwater Springs Boulevard and Hamasha Boulevard. This is the Sweetwater Vistas housing project, which I originally thought it was being built by Douglas Housing Company, but in reality I later found out that this is also financed by KB Homes housing company. So KB Homes named this housing project Sweetwater Vistas. Okay. Now this housing project work progress is coming along very rapidly. As you can see, these equipment are really moving earth in a very, very rapid pace. Now on the left right there is the park that we spoke about in my last presentation, and in the corner, upper left corner, is the gas station. And as you can see, there's still a lot of work left to be done, but quite a bit of progress in just a week. The landscape does not even look familiar. It has been moved around so rapidly, it does not even look familiar. And I see a little kid on the bicycle, or maybe a little dirt bike right there, cruising around. Now here's an interesting part. I see this stretch of road is going to be attached to the cul-de-sac, which is behind the family foods. So people who will be living here will have dual access. They will have an access from the back, going all the way to, to the back of Austin Drive and all the post office and all that, in addition to the Pointe Parkway access, which is in the front. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be a gated community or is it going to be a normal non-gated community. But if it is a gated community, the access road may not be used by other people other than the residents who are going to be moving in this area. Right now, it's this update is as of 9/23/2021, so it's September 23rd, 2021, and it's around 6:37 p.m. The work has finished for the day, and the workers have gone. Now you see the land on the left and the one on the right, or they have this little creek in between them, which with the greenery and all lush vegetation. The orange lining that's basically surrounding this creek is protected land for the vegetation and probably most likely some endangered plants or in other endangered species or important protected plants or species and all that. So they are being protected. However, I did notice that if you look straight forward, as I'm going right now forward, the two are coming very close together. The right, basically the right piece of land to the left piece of land, they're coming close together at a point, at a narrow point, a bottleneck, so to speak, where there might be a bridge connecting them, but I'm not sure. This is just an assumption. It could be or it could not be. Now, those of you who are wondering why the name of the street on the right where that car is going is called Sweetwater Springs Boulevard. And the reason for that is that right here, as you see these trees, there's a few springs. There are a few springs that are generating water, the water of which is headed towards the lake. And these springs are actually the reason for all this lush vegetation in this creek. Now these springs, I haven't seen the spring myself firsthand, but all the information I'm giving you is what has been provided to me by neighbors. And a fellow neighbor said that they actually, when they used to be kids, they would come to these springs and they would actually swim in them. However, that luxury is not available for us anymore because for one, this is private property, and it has been purchased by a company before it wasn't a private property, and it was, public land. And second, the bottoms of these trees are actually some of them have homeless encampments. So when you have homeless encampments, I don't think they would appreciate visitors, or I should say surprised visitors. So be careful not to just roam around there and go and see what's going on. Luckily, the lush and green creek is protected, so this is something that you can enjoy for years to come. And once the housing project is completed and basically the area is accessible to public, or I don't know, like I said, I'm not sure if there is going to be public access in this area, but then you could come closer and check it out. Now, as you can see, this is the part I was talking about, bottleneck. This is where I'm thinking there might be some kind of a connecting bridge between the right and left pieces of land where the housing project are making condos. By the way, this is not going to be single family homes. I heard it's going to be condos. And right here, as we go further out, notice at the bottom of these trees, there are actually still some residue or leftovers of a abandoned camping, encampments, homeless encampments, or other, outdoor living encampments. We see some residues. For example, that blue barrel doesn't belong there. And as you can go further out, there's like a tarp and other kinds of residue or leftovers of encampments. And that is right along the side of the water channel, which is generated by the Sweetwater springs. As you can see on the right side, they have some very huge chunks of rocks that they had to basically chip away in order to flatten the land. Now, even though this land appears to be like soft dirt or soft, mud or hillside, but it's not. It's not soft dirt or mud. This has some rock beds in it. Notice right in front, you see those little white cone-shaped things. Those white cone-shaped are actually drillings of the bedrock in order to determine how big the rock is. And then engineers who do the landscaping and construction engineers and all the developers will see, based on how the structure is, how much rock, how much dirt, they will make their designs for the basement of the properties that are going to be built in that area. Now, those faraway homes are the KB homes that just got completed, and its people have already moved in, and the public park right there, as you can see. And let's see these. Let's check out these drillings and see what's going on and how these drillings are coming along. Okay, as you can see, there are hundreds of drilling patterns. These drilling on like a bedrock piece of land is not a joke. This is a lot of work. It requires a lot of energy. It requires a lot of power from really, really heavy duty equipment. And as you can see, the drill is right there. The yellow equipment right there. That's a drill. It's drilling the ground, and it has done a hell of a job. As you can see, some rocks are, the residue is dark gray. Some are white. Some are vanilla color, and this is the actual drill. The drill bits on these machines are huge, and usually the tip of the drill bit is made out of diamond, because diamond, as delicate as it is in women's jewelry, is actually the hardest materials on the planet. And surprisingly enough, the hardest material on the planet, which is diamond, is actually carbon. So carbon will vanish under high temperature or fire, so be careful. And here, as you can see, these are the bulldozers and land diggers and all kinds of other heavy machinery and heavy equipment. Do not underestimate the power of these monsters. As you can see, they literally moved mountains around. I mean, there are literally hills of dirt and gravel and debris that they are shifting back and forth. I mean, look at from here I can see the new housing project might be multi-level. Like you could see the upper level there. So maybe there are some homes on that upper level, and then down here in the lower level they will have additional homes. But again, this is based on what I see. I do not have credible source of information as far as how the houses are the housing layout is going to be looking like. Notice the water channel is pretty clearly visible here as it flows down, and yeah, it's beautiful water channel. And let's see, these are the trucks that are actually moving the dirt around, and some more trucks moving dirt around. And look at this other little hill that they make. This hill was actually man-made by pushing dirt on there and dumping more and more dirt. And look at it now, it's so much dirt. I believe this is temporary. They're going to be leveling this off just in order to determine what the base of this landfill is made out of. They're trying to find out, and then they will redistribute the dirt to level the land below, on which they're going to be digging the foundation of the new homes. After this orange barrier, it's a wildlife preserve, and it's not going to be touched by the construction. However, as you can see, homeless sightings, or I should say abandoned homeless camping sites are still visible in most areas here. And now the bush that you see right here, inside the bush, I can see a blue tarp and a blue canopy, which is an indication of an active homeless campsite. So this could be an active campsite which is currently being occupied by residents right there under the bushes. And on the right there we see another abandoned campsite, and the water channel goes under. Under the street there's a little tunnel through which the water goes to the other side of the street, leading to the Sweetwater Lake. So now we're going to give you a picture from the entire work site, or I should say construction site, from a higher elevation, so you can get a perspective and understanding as to where this is situated. The road on the right is Sweetwater Springs. The road on the right is Hamershaw Boulevard. And right there, the intersection is the Hamershaw Boulevard and Sweetwater Springs Boulevard on the upper right corner. And that is also the gas station. Down below, the street is Pointe Parkway. And this is basically east side of the property. I mean, the shot is from the east side. Now we are at the south side of the property. And if we look straight up, that is Mission Trails, and a little bit to the right is Mount Helix. Those two mountains far away. This right here is the KB Homes housing project, which just completed. That far away is Rancho San Diego, followed by El Cajon. And this is San Miguel, Mount San Miguel, with all those antennas. Lakeview at Highlands Ranch Community, and the Sweetwater Lake. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Please make sure to tune in for follow-up updates of this housing project. Thank you for watching.